Hello, this is MrChabry. We are here in front of the Opelousas City Gym. We're going to go ahead and take a step inside. This is going to be a gym full of dragon types. So dragon types are pretty interesting. They're only weak to ice and other dragons. So if you do have a Pokemon that knows an ice type move or can learn Frost Breath, that would actually be a really good choice in this battle. The unfortunate thing is I don't really have anything that can do that. So we're going to try to do this without the ice type moves. So let's go ahead, get our water bottle. Always important to grab that. You can see right away we're going to come up to a trainer to battle. So we're going to go ahead and step up so we can start off this battle. And like I said, this guy is going to have dragon types. This first guy is going to have a Pokemon called Fracture. I'm not sure if we've seen one yet. We have seen Axew before, which is its pre-evolution. But Fracture is a pretty cool Pokemon in its own regard. So we're going to go ahead, come out here. I think I want to go ahead and Rock Slide. I do have Stab on Rock Slide, and that's probably my best option. And I have really good defense, so that Dragon Claw is not going to be doing that much. We're going to see a Taunt, which doesn't bother me because it's just going to take one more Rock Slide to finish this thing off. And with that, we've already taken out the first Pokemon in this gym. And we're also bringing Watermelon up to the rest of the team. And I think that's the big thing I want to do, is try to get my team more united in their levels. I want to at least get all of them to level 40. We can see here, the puzzle here is really just following the path. And you can see down here, there's different areas. If you come up here, you cannot traverse this because there is a ramp. But you can see there is a ramp over here that lets you traverse it. And you can actually climb up here. And right here, hidden, is this button. It looks like a button. We'll go ahead and battle this person. What looks like a button, I believe that's going to be a path that we can take eventually. And as we move through the gym, it's going to make a little more sense how some of these areas are laid out. She's going to start off with her Dino. The Dino here is Dragon Dark. This might be the first time we've seen Dino. But he's a pretty threatening Pokemon. Not really right now because this is its first stage, but eventually if you want to use this thing, you can get a Hydreigon. And that's going to be one of the best Pokemon. One of the best dragon types in general, but not only that, one of the best Pokemon in Black and White. It's a much later game Pokemon that you have to wait till the end of everything, like after post-game, to even acquire. Now if we jump over here, we can touch this paw. Not really paw, but claw. And it's going to make the dragon move. And you can actually do the same thing for this side to make it move, but you have to jump from the leverage. Let's go ahead and use his head. Hi, how's it going? Having a good day, I hope. Kind of just sitting here letting people walk across your head. I don't mean to do that, but I'm trying to get my last gym badge. Hope you don't mind. We're going to go ahead and battle this guy who's just chilling out right here. He's going to have 2 fractures. So we've already seen, you know, 1 fracture. Now we have to face 2 fractures. When you see things are building up a little bit, let's go ahead and Rock Slide here. We've already seen that we could take Dragon Claw so well from these things with our Watermelon. Watermelon just has really nice bulk. I'm not going to lie, this thing has such good bulk. And it's going to do the same mistake that the previous Fracture trainer did, and that's just going for a taunt. Alright, so with that one down, we're going to see another Fracture. And I'm not that worried. I mean, my health is getting a little bit low, but all in all, we're actually doing really good. Now, Dragon Dance here is kind of scary, just because it's going to boost up its attack and its speed. And Fracture is one of those Pokemon that if you're not careful, it's going to be able to swoop in and get a sweep on your team. Luckily, we live with 9 HP, giving us just enough to knock this thing out. And Watermelon is now at level 40. Look at that. Look at that attack. Look at that defense. Look at that Shell Smash. I do think Shell Smash would be good. I don't know what I'd want to get rid of. I know I need to keep Waterfall. Crunch is such a good move, but Shell Smash, if I'm able to set that up, it's going to be so powerful. Really, Crunch is mostly there for coverage. I'm thinking I probably need to keep that. Just because it's going to be helpful against future Psychic types. Rock Slide. I think eventually I should be able to get Stone Edge. So I'm thinking, right now, we'll do away with Rock Slide because it has low accuracy. That's another thing against it. And I do have something for flying types, which is my electric user. So it's not that I'm completely out of options on that. The thing is, Crunch is there for opposing Psychic types, which I really do have limits on what I can do against them. We can see Pineapple needing to get some experience. I think we've got something that we could use against dragons, right? Yeah, we can crunch them. And I think that would be fine. So now, we're going to jump off here. To activate the switch, you have to get some leverage to activate the switches. You can see, there we go. It's going to move its arm, and it's going to move its head. Hey, how's it going? It's been a little bit, hasn't it? Since I walked across your face. Hope you don't mind. I'm going to run this way. And we see that one platform below us that we looked at before. I do believe that eventually that would be a path that it's going to open up for us. Alright, so here we're going to see another Fracture. And we've faced so many Fractures. The only difference is I'm facing it with a different Pokemon. But I still think... this one has Mold Breaker. Okay, so the interesting thing is, with my Levitate, makes it where I am immune to ground-type moves. But if this thing did have Earthquake, it would be able to hit me because of that Mold Breaker. And I was actually wanting to paralyze it, because I think that would actually help me out. But it's going to go for a well-placed taunt. And that's not actually looking good. So I'm going to actually switch here into Potato. So yeah, if you have something like Levitate, a Pokemon with Mold Breaker is still going to be able to hit that thing. That's why a lot of people will run Fracture with Earthquake, or especially its evolved form, Haxorus. That's actually a very common thing to do. Alright, so Potato really coming out and helping us here. Alright, and with that, we can run across this way. You can see this is a blocked path, which we will have. And you can see there is another dragon up here. Hello. So we're going to step on his head. And you can actually see that his head did not lead anywhere important. So we actually have to go this way instead. And this guy, it looks like he's at an angle, but it counts as a straightaway. I think that's interesting how they did that. But he's going to block us, and he's going to use a Drayden. So Drayden, actually, have we seen this thing yet? It's pure dragon type. It does not evolve. I think a Thunder Wave would be nice on this thing. It does have rough skin, so keep that in mind if you're going to try to hit this thing with contact moves. I'm actually going to switch into Potato. But Drayden, it could be a threat. It's not as threatening as, you know, Haxorus or Hydreigon. But it does have qualities that it could bring. And like the quality of just smacking me down like that. We're going to Earthquake. We should outspeed this thing thanks to the paralysis. And the thing to keep in mind about Drayden, it has surprisingly good bulk. It really does. Its defense is actually decent. I will go into Durian to take care of this dragon. But it is actually pretty threatening. It's a good thing that we actually slowed this down with a Thunder Wave first, because Durian would not be able to outspeed. And now we've got all of our Pokemon at level 40, which is really good. That's actually very helpful for us. It's just unfortunate Potato went down, but we might have a revive that we can throw to it. Yes, we do. That way we don't have to go all the way back. And some of our Pokemon do probably need some healing items. So let's go ahead and throw some Hyper Potions around. There we go, nice. So we're going to run this way. And you can see there is a path up here, but that is another platform with no head. So we will jump onto this, raising this arm and causing it to look this direction. So now we've got our second dragon looking over here. Hey, how's it going? Having a good day, I hope. Your buddy down there didn't really say much. Alright, so we're going to run down here like a descent. You can see there's a path that leads you back that way. But we're going to go ahead and battle this guy. And this guy is going to be bringing 3 Pokemon. So really the biggest challenge so far in this gym. He's going to lead off with his Dino. And we've faced Dino before. I do think I want to give Jalapeno a chance. Jalapeno is going to do so well against Dinos that I really want to go ahead and do that. Alright, so not very effective. Don't care, because we're going to go for a well-placed Brick Break. Boom. Just one-shots it. And Jalapeno's doing good. Pineapple gets a little bit of experience. I'm okay with that. And next up is Fracture. Like I said, this thing is a pretty big threat, not gonna lie. Well, let's go ahead and Brick Break it. We do outspeed it, which actually surprises me. And he's going to waste time going for a taunt. Alright, and we will go ahead and do it again. Alright, so Jalapeno is really helping out. And now Drayden comes out. For Drayden, since we've already seen how well it takes hits on its physical side, I do want to go ahead and switch into Durian. So I can hit it with a Psychic. I think that is what I would like to do. And okay, that's not good, but you know what? That's fine. We can take one, and we can dish one back. And you know what? We didn't even need Thunder Wave that last Drayden because Durian is actually surprisingly faster than some of these guys. Not sure why, but it is true. Look at that special attack. That is like through the roof. Alright, so Durian's looking really fine here. Looking like it can do a lot of work. We just have to make sure it doesn't have to face any more dinos. But now we can run down to the bottom. Run this way. And you can see that we've hit this. And that's going to activate a third dragon. Look at him. He's just staring down. So what we have to do is instead of going down, because there's nothing down there for us, we're going to come up here. And we're going to do a similar thing. We're just going to jump on this to straighten this thing back out. There we go. Alright, and I do want to go ahead and use one of my potions. Because Durian has actually shown that it's going to be really good here. In fact, I do want to switch put Jalapeno up here. See, Durian is kind of leaving the rest of the pack, but that's okay. We've got one more trainer here before we get to the gym leader. So we're going to go ahead and battle her. Yeah, she's going to lead off with a Dino. We face these things, you know, Brick Break cuts right through this thing like melted butter. There's no reason for us not to do this. There we go. Boom. We take care of that pretty easily. Jalapeno's going to catch up a little bit to where Durian is. And you know what? I think I want to stay in. Just to get a sense of how much does Brick Break do to this guy? That's actually a question that I am curious about. Of course, we're going to have some rough skin damage. But you know, that's okay. That is okay. Ooh, and we get critted. That's okay too, because let's give Parsnip. Listen, Parsnip has not seen any battles in this episode yet. I think Parsnip needs to see the field of battle. And with what? Let's go ahead and Air Slash. Oh, and it didn't do a lot. Come on, Parsnip. And there we go. Taken care of. Alright. So, go ahead and heal everyone up so we don't have to go all the way back. I don't plan on going all the way back to the Pokemon Center. And Jalapeno, I do still think, could actually do something good for us. There we go. And for the next battle, I do think I'd rather have Potato up front, so we'll go ahead and do that. And with that, we're going to jump down here to activate the dragon. And the dragon is going to look up here at the very top. Good dragon. So now we're going to go ahead and climb to its head. Hey, how's it going, buddy? Having a good day, I hope. Your other buddies are pretty quiet. We're going to find the tail. As you can see, that's the middle dragon. It's the second dragon that we're climbing across now. That guy blocked us from this path. And I believe this is the last trainer. Did I say the last one was the last trainer? Of course, there's this trainer. And this is a veteran Kim. She's going to have 2 fractures. And, you know, a little bit more of a threat to us, actually. Let's go ahead and, Earthquake away. And we probably will get a one-shot on this thing, which I'm hoping. And unfortunately, we're going to see a Dragon Dance here that makes me kind of nervous, not going to lie. We're going to go ahead and Metal Claw it. Yeah, go ahead and taunt. Waste that Dragon Dance that you just set up for yourself. Waste the Dragon Dance, my friend. Does it matter to me? And then one more Fracture. You know what? I'm going to Metal Claw because I might get an attack boost. And that will actually save some of the Earthquakes. Okay, so that wasn't good. Earthquake obviously is the better choice. So we're going to go ahead and Earthquake here. Setting up 2 Dragon Dances. Really showing some, you know, terrible decision making. Because we've already seen that Earthquake is a 2-shot. So why, you know, risk that? Alright, and look at that attack stat. Potato is looking really good here. And now, let me double check, make sure the team is ready for what we're about to do. Look at that. Almost full health on everyone. I think it is time. And this goes way back, does it not? Yeah, this is going to take us back, so I'm not doing that. But what I will do is jump here. And what this will do is this middle dragon. Remember the middle dragon? It's been a while since we saw this buddy. He's going to go ahead and look up at our final destination. This is actually a pretty cool puzzle, not going to lie. But here's the thing. If you're playing Pokemon White, Iris is up here waiting for you. Since we're playing Pokemon Black, it's going to be Drayden. Really, they have the same Pokemon. It's just one of their Pokemon is going to have a slight variation. That's really the only difference. So, we're going to see the same 3 Pokemon, whether you're facing this in Pokemon White or if you're playing along in Pokemon Black. First Pokemon is going to be this Fracture. It knows the moves of Dragon Dance, Dragon Rage, Dragon Tail, and Assurance. Really, Dragon Tail is kind of the most annoying thing because that's going to phase you out. And we're going to see that Dragon Dance kick in right there. So it's going to get a boost in speed and attack. It has the ability Rivalry, so its moves are going to do more damage if you have a male Pokemon. Or if you're, listen, if you're playing Pokemon White, it's going to be female because it goes based off of the trainer gender. So if this Fracture is the same gender as your Pokemon, it's going to do more damage. So if you do have Pokemon of the opposite gender, you can get a slight handicap in there by bringing those out. Next up is Drayden, and this is the Pokemon that's actually different depending on which version. They're going to have the same moves, and that's actually why I'm switching here. Chip Away, Revenge, Dragon Tail, and Night Slash. Revenge is going to do a lot of damage since, you know, supposedly you just knocked out that Fracture. I'm going to go for a Tailwind here. Set things up. So that way, Haxorus, even if it gets a Dragon Dance, it's not going to be that much of a threat. But see, Revenge would have done so much to Potato. But Parsnip resists. We're going to go ahead and Air Slash, maybe get some flinches. Ability-wise, if you're playing along with me, this thing has Rough Skin. This thing will have Rough Skin, so be careful if you use contact moves, you're going to take damage back. If you're playing Pokemon White, its ability is going to be Sheer Force. I think, honestly, I would prefer to face the Rough Skin variant, just because there's more ways to play around that, whereas Sheer Force, it's going to make you take a ton of damage. It does a boost of damage whenever whenever they use a move that has secondary effects. So Night Slash, Dragon Tail is going to be doing boosted damage. Alright, I'm going to try to use a Hyper Potion here. So I want to keep Parsnip. I do want to have the Tailwind up once Haxorus comes in. And then Haxorus will be that last Pokemon, no matter which version you're playing. Oh, going for Dragon Tail here. Alright, so honestly, this is actually a good switch out here. I'm going to try to get a Shell Smash in. I'm going to try to get the Shell Smash in. I do have Sturdy. So I'm going to always be able to take it. And you know what? Going for Night Slash there, that was fine for me. Because that's going to make it where I could go for a Crunch, a boosted Crunch. Now that Rough Skin is going to be a problem. But you know what? Night Slash away. That's fine. And then another Crunch here. Really Rough Skin. I can't really do much about that. I can heal up next turn, which I think I will probably do. And now Haxorus, the last Pokemon, whether you're playing against Iris or Drayden. This thing's going to know Dragon Dance, Slash, Dragon Tail, and Assurance. Really a big threat, not going to lie. This thing is the biggest threat that they are going to have. It knows Mold Breaker. Really, I don't know what what Mold Breaker is going to do for this specific set. But it's going to go for Dragon Tail there. And I think I would like to go into Potato so I can get an Earthquake. See, really, Potato resists all of this thing's moves. Dragon Dance is the only thing that I'm kind of nervous about with this thing. But I'm okay with that because Earthquake should take it out from this range. And there it goes. We have just received the final gym badge. And Potato is going to go into level 42. I want to learn Swords Dance. For Swords Dance, the thing is I'm kind of limited on what I could do. I could probably part with Rock Slide. Honestly, that's probably the best thing for me to do if I want Swords Dance. And I think I do want Swords Dance. That's going to be so helpful in taking down some bulkier Pokemon. Just Swords Dance it up and then just do a ton of damage back. I think I want to do that with my Potato. Give Potato a couple of swords and it's going to do a ton of damage. Now we're going to see the last animation of our badge. We're going to open up our badge case. Look at our beautiful badges. Look at all that. We got the Legends badge. We got all the gym badges. All Pokemon will follow our command. We're also going to get the TM for Dragon Tail. Honestly, don't think anything on my team can learn that. If anything can, it has to be something with a tail, and I think Caracosta is the only thing with a tail. It might be able to learn it, but I don't know if it'd be good. Actually, I'm actually curious on that now that I'm thinking about it. Dragon Tail. It's only 60 base power, and it's a phasing move. Kind of a disappointing move to get at the end game. Pineapple can learn it. Pineapple can learn it? What? Alright, that's okay. It's kind of weird that Pineapple can learn that. But Pineapple moves, I think I'm going to keep it how it is. It has Crunch for coverage. Thunderbolt is its main move. And hopefully I can get some physical electric moves. That's what I'm really hoping for. Alright, so they haven't figured out how to get Reshiram. That's basically the whole point of her coming here. She probably didn't want to say it over the transceiver because of who could be listening in. But, you know, that's fine because we're going to learn what's going on. Well, the X transceiver you know, someone might be listening into that. So you can come here. Do you regret setting out on your journey? I do not. I wonder what would happen. He said yes. But anyway, she's going to give us the Master Ball. This Master Ball, the most powerful type of Pokeball. It will always catch the Pokemon without fail, and I will see you. So yeah, with that, what we're able to do is we're going to be able to go towards Route 10. The first thing, though, that I want to do, I want to talk to this person. Hey, do you have a minute? There's a big storm on Route 7. The storm seems different from a natural phenomenon. Strange. And we might, you know what? We might check that out first. See what's going on. What's going on in Route 7? Just to get an idea what's going on down there. Anyway, this is going to be the end for this episode. If you like this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I will see you in the next Pokemon video.